I'm famous and talk like I'm cool. I'm not sure if it's more for me or for you.
For episode 3 of Team Previews, we're going to touch on Hendrick Motorsports, obviously the championship team last year with Chase Elliott hoisting the trophy at Phoenix. They had a pretty decent season, got 3 of their 4 drivers in victory lane, Jimmie Johnson being the lone non-winner of that team. But it's hard not to think about Chase Elliott when you think about all these road courses coming up this year. 7 road courses, 8 if you include the Clash on the Daytona road course. They have a possibility to get more than 10 wins if Chase Elliott just sweeps all the road courses.
Yeah, I have to agree. Chase Elliott, he is the road course guru at this point in NASCAR. And if there's ever a season to have a back-to-back championship season, this is the year with Chase Elliott. With the amount of road course races that we have this year, I would put him as a favorite for every single one of them. He's so good at road courses. And then he's great at short tracks. He's good at mile and a half. Chase Elliott could win 12 races easy. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and say now, Chase Elliott is my pick for the 2021 championship.
That's bold.
Just because this year plays so well into his skills. Like, if this was ever like a conspiracy thing, it would be that they crafted a schedule so that Chase could go back to back.
All right, I'm going to use this
conspiracy theory.
I'm going to use this clip at the end of the season when he gets eliminated in the round of 16 and just roast you all over social media.
That's fine. A lot of people, you look at the bets. First of all, shout out Behind the Wager. First episode Friday. Well, crap. It's going to be after Friday. First episode before the Clash. He's odds on favorite. And you may ask why? Why, Henry? Why Vegas? Why is he odds on favorite? Road courses. He's going to have an insane amount of stage points going in. He could basically just kick back and maybe not pull a Harvick, but he could kick back and relax the entire playoffs if he's able to perform and continue what he does on the road courses and every other track, because he can win stages there too. Chase Elliott is going to be the most lethal driver this year, one that we've never seen before.
I can agree with that, but 6 road courses in the regular season. You got 1 in the playoffs of Roval, 1 there the past 2 years. So he's got to be like the top driver at Hendrick Motorsports. But then you also had 2 other drivers, William Byron, Alex Bowman, both found victory lane last year. Bowman before the coronavirus break, before that team kind of struggled the whole rest of the year until the playoffs. And then Byron, who's kind of always been there, run pretty well at restrictor plate races, never got the win. Hopefully this can open the door and kind of get the first win cushion out of the way. I think Byron can go out there and win a couple races, compete more than what he has. And then Bowman switching over to 48. Does it change much? I don't know. Maybe it's a new way to establish himself. Maybe it helps with his confidence going in. But the storylines around Bowman going into the 88, filling in for Dale Jr., now switching to the 48, filling in for Jimmie Johnson, the best of all time. And then you got Kyle Larson coming over to this team.
No, he's not the best of all time.
Jimmie Johnson is the best of all time. We can save this for a podcast at some point. Right now, we're focusing on 2021 teams. But Kyle Larson coming over to Hendrick Motorsports after being suspended next year. The Bristol Dirt Race is his. I'll say it right here. Him and Christopher Bell going to put on a show. Kyle Larson will win that race. And
I agree.
There's one way. He's in the playoffs. I think all 4 of these drivers here are going to make the playoffs. It's a championship caliber team. You saw it last year. Some say Chase got lucky. Yeah, but he at the end of the day, he won the race. Dominated the race, started in the back, came to the front. They had 7 wins, 5 of them by Chase, 30 top 5s, 15 of those by Chase Elliott, and 61 top 10s as a team. That's fewer than Stewart Haas, Joe Gibbs, Penske, and Penske's got 3 cars, not 4. What can Hendrick Motorsports do in 2021 to take that next step to be a 10-win team and have more cars battle for the championship?
Well, I'm going to be a very unpopular person here and say they've already surpassed one of the steps. Jimmie Johnson's gone. He's been a dead weight for a couple of years now. While why I will agree that he's a great driver, one of the best. He's not the best, but the past couple of years, his heart has not been in it. He's not. I don't think he's tried as hard as he could have tried. He definitely got screwed over with coronavirus and the DNF, so that's why he didn't make the playoffs this year. But you've got Alex Bowman moving over to the 48, so we'll see how that turns out. Alex Bowman's a good driver. You got Kyle Larson, fantastic driver. He's in better equipment now than Ganassi. He's going to perform. He's literally got a dirt track for his first year. Like if he doesn't win that, I don't know what's going on. But you got William Byron. He's got to, like I said with Eric Almirola, he's got to start really performing here. He's had a couple of years to get acclimated to the ride. That excuse is gone. He's got to win. That excuse is gone. He's got to be able to perform here. He's got to find a way to get in victory lane. There are drivers who have been in the Cups or gotten into Cup Series after him who've had more consistent finishes and have run more consistently than he has. And he's in top tier equipment. I'd say top 2.5. So, I think they got to, I say it every time, every episode so far. They got to perform, but at the end of the day, they got to win. They got to be able to be there at the end, just like Chase Elliott did in the playoffs last year. You got to find a way to make it to the end and perform at the end. You can't start the season off like Alex Bowman, run really well, and then have a massive dry spell. You got to perform all the way through the season and then really turn off for the playoffs. So I agree with you that all 4 cars are going to be in the playoffs. We could have the opportunity, probably not. I think there's going to be at least 2 Hendrick cars in the top 8 or the round of 8. If we get lucky, we might have 2. But I think Chase Elliott has got a cakewalk to the championship this year.
Yeah, I agree. And you mentioned finishing races. I mentioned 15 top 10s or top 5s by Chase Elliott. The other 3 drivers had 15 among the 3. So they definitely need to get up there, get these top 5 finishes, and it's worked in Chase's place, getting them stage points, going and winning stages, and getting the playoff points. They're so crucial now. That can help you take the next step to be a champion and follow in Chase Elliott's footsteps. So I mentioned it the last 2 episodes we've done. Rank these 4 drivers for the 2021 season.
Well, I mean, number 1's easy, Chase Elliott. And like I've said multiple times, 2021 championship back-to-back, or champion back-to-back. 2 and 3, that gets interesting because we know Bowman's good. We know Kyle Larson's good. So that's a really toss-up between the 2 because I think they're both on equal level. Just to piss you off, I'll say Kyle Larson 2, Bowman 3, Byron 4. The thing is that those 3 positions are interchangeable. It's all about who performs. There's not a big gap between them 3. If they're able to get in the car and do their job and race and be there at the end, they could be number 2. Number 1's gone by a long shot, but 2, 3, 4, that's obtainable right there.
Yeah.
It's just as easy to fall down. So, I mean, I'm not even going to say it because I've said it multiple times, but just drive.
Believe it or not, I'm actually going to agree.
Drive and stay alive.
Believe it or not, I'm actually going to agree with your top 4. I think 2 and 3 are going to be pretty close. I think Kyle Larson is going to have a pretty solid season. I think Bowman's going to have a really good season. But I think that 2, 3, and 4 are all really close, especially this early in the season. We haven't seen Kyle Larson in a Cup car since Phoenix in last March. So almost a year since he's been in a Cup car. But, he's going to probably compete for the win and win the Bristol Dirt Race. But I think you look at William Byron and Alex Bowman, I think they're almost competing for a ride at Hendrick Motorsports because you see young talent. Noah Gragson's going to get up the Cup at some point. Hendrick Motorsports, they have their eyes set on him like they did William Byron. And I think he's going to come up here and he's going to get a Hendrick ride. Does he fill in for the 24? Does he fill in for Alex Bowman? Bowman has struggled to pull in sponsors. We've talked about it before, but he's got Ally on board till 2023, but that's with any driver. So I think there's going to be a real battle between William Byron and Alex Bowman on who gets a ride in 2022. So that's going to be another hot, silly season story. But that's going to do it for this episode.
I've got one thing to say. One thing to say. I'll say it now. Alex Bowman's got a tougher path to remain at Hendrick than Byron does.
I agree.
with that being said, it's because Bowman has not been able to pull in sponsors. You've seen big name sponsors leave while he's been in the ride, whether that's his fault or something else. Byron's still able to pull in sponsors. So Byron cannot perform, or he could have not as good of a season as Bowman and keep the ride while Bowman leaves because of sponsors. Like I've said, sponsorship dollars run the sport. So Bowman's got to run his tail off. He's got to run his tail off this year and next year to have a shot at coming back. And he's really got to get another sponsor. But I agree with you, everything you've said wholeheartedly.
I think Bowman has had a harder path than Byron. So you look at William Byron through the series, gets a KBM ride. He's got Liberty University on the car the whole year. Go over to Xfinity Series, racing for Junior Motorsports. He's got Liberty. Now he picks up Exalta and send out there with him all the way. And then he moves up the Cup Series, still got Exalta, still got Liberty, and then he's got Hertz on the car for a couple races a year. I think him being in this top-tier equipment his whole career has really helped him with the sponsorship. And with Alex Bowman, he really hasn't really had much of like a past in racing top-tier equipment. It's always kind of low-tier BK racing, then to Hendrick Motorsports. So it's going to be a tough path for Bowman to pick up more sponsors than Byron, but just going to be another thing we have to watch for. It's going to be a really fantastic season. I can't wait for it. But you're going to have to wait for the next episode of Team Previews. Next time we're going to talk about Team Penske. They have a stacked lineup this year. I think they're going to have a fantastic season. We'll see y'all next time.